Hello and welcome back, everybody. Yep, we are ready to go. So, what we're going to be doing today is, I know it's a little bit of a change of pace, because normally we do the Tears of the Kingdom earlier on in the day, then we switch gears and do the Pokemon Shiny hunting later in the night. I have decided today to flip the script a little bit, and instead, we are going to be doing a little bit of our shiny hunting bright and early here in the morning, or I guess afternoon, because where I am right now it actually is just slightly after the afternoon, because today's looking like a bit of a bright day. The smoke from the Canada forest fires are finally clearing, so the air is actually not smelling like a giant campfire. I can actually have the windows open. Got a good night's rest. Luck looks to be good. And yes, Kayla, I am the forehead. I am indeed the forehead. So let's get going. It's gonna be fun. I'm hoping we can get a lot of eggs hatched today. That is the goal. And if you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. So yeah, we're doing a second stream later today. The later today one is going to be our Tears of the Kingdom stream again. And I'm thinking for the goals for today's Tears of the Kingdom stream is going to be like more Korok stuff. Because I have just learned how insanely broken the Korok Forest Dweller gear is. And holy freaking crap, that stuff's insane. I mean, the other part is the Forest Dweller bow is a triple shot bow that is wood, just so I can use it to clown on Gleox. And unlike the Great Eagle bow, it doesn't cost like 3 diamonds to make. Yeah, the Great Eagle bow is insane. It's a triple shot, it's a triple shot, I believe, always rapid fire bow, but it costs like a diamond, like maybe 1 diamond or like more in order to make. Which is a big cost. Like, maybe if it was for a weapon I could throw into an Octorok and like get it back, maybe I'd do that. But not like a wood thing. So we need to go Forest Dweller stuff. Forest Dweller gear is good. Forest Dweller gear is good. But how you doing, the Chris? And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. There are 6 of you wonderful viewers out there, and only 3 likes so far, it seems. But yeah, today's going pretty well. Which should I draw the Paradox? Ooh. I'd say probably the past Paradox Pokemon would be a little bit more difficult to draw. So whichever one you think would be better, you know, whether you want a bit more of a challenge or something that's a little easier. I feel like the future ones would be a bit of a better starting point at the very least, because their lines are a bit more streamlined and like straight lines and less, you know, spikes and like blades. Actually pretty good. Got what I believe is what nature shiny front of me. Nice. What was the what's the nature? And remember, you can always, even if it's not the right nature, you can always just use a mint to change it. But what was the mark? What was the mark that was on your Fluttermane? Because getting shiny marked is always the best feeling in the world. I love it. Love my shiny marked sparkles. They are delightful. That's why I'm so happy that my 0-speed IV shiny technically it's in electric right now. Eventually she will be evolved into an Electros. Get the Everstone, get it. No, I've already done the Everstone trick. All of the eggs, these are all HISUI and Growlithe puppers. But yes, you do need to use an Everstone to get it. So you need to have the Hisuian Arcanine or the Hisuian Growlithe holding the Everstone, and that passes it down. So yeah, I like that they have tricks like that for like breeding and passing things down. The only annoying thing is, and I mean, I guess this is one of the reasons why they actually thinking about it. That might be why they added in the Everstone trick, now that I'm actually thinking about it. Because the Everstone doesn't just pass down regional variants. the Everstone also force passes down nature. And breeding a regional variant in another game without an Everstone would be impossible. To get a different nature while simultaneously having the Everstone passing down the nature and the regional variant status. So I think that them creating the mints was like, oh, going forward we need some way of being able to change natures and regional variant status at the same time instead of using it on the same item. Okay, interesting. Future Rayquaza. She's gonna look like Slife of the Sky Dragon. I summon Slife of the Sky Dragon in attack mode. I gain 1,000 attack and defense points for every card you have in your hand. Just wondering if it's the same. Yes, it is the same. It is the exact same, because it is a HISUI form. Yeah. Yeah. I do like that they have those like shortcut things. I like that. I mean, mostly it's beneficial for me because, you know, as a competitive player, I do, you know, need to have things like, oh, I kind of want to have, you know, this 0 speed IV passed down for, you know, competitive purposes. Because if you guys remember from the shiny Gigalith hunt, where we hunted for shiny Trick Room Gigalith, I needed to get a 0, well, I didn't need, but I wanted to get a 0 speed IV passed down. So for that, what I did was I just used the power anklet on it. Hello there, South Dakota girl, how you doing? Hope you doing well. Welcome in. And again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is a little bit of an experimental stream as far as things go, because again, we have been doing the Tears of the Kingdom stuff in the middle of the day. This is mostly to gauge how well that does, and then, you know, if we modify accordingly. Because the only difficult part is going to be keeping track of what to do in Tears of the Kingdom when ADE Brain Mode Max. It just creeps into them. Might have saved thousands of people's species. But interesting. I'm gonna do a different mod. I think modest nature is probably the best for Flutter Mane, at least in my opinion. Flutter Mane, the early rider, noise. Honestly makes sense considering, you know, photosynthesis. Yeah, I believe most competitive Flutter Mane actually go timid nature, but modest is also very good. Like, it is... There's a reason why Flutter Mane is the most powerful Pokemon in the competitive scene right now. Hello there, Extra Spicy. Actually, let me go check that. So for those who don't know, I'm a big VGC fan. I like competitive. And Flutter Mane has been on top competitively for a very long time. Let's go check Pikalytics. Let's just check Pikalytics for just the shenanigans. Alright. VGC, Reg C, Switch Ranked. Yeah, Flutter Mane is number 1. Yeah, Flutter Mane presently ranked number 1. Don't see the usage percentage, but Flutter Mane is still the most used Pokemon in VGC, seconded by Chi-Yu. Interesting. Really, Iron Bundle's number 5. Okay. Yeah, about half the Flutter Mane go... Yeah, 49% of Flutter Mane go timid, 45 go modest. So it's like... Well, modest is also very good. A little bit more go timid because they want that speed power, but there's a very strong argument that can be made for just the sheer aggressive force that is modest. Helpful tip for people who installed better MC. Not a clue what that is. But yes, like, Flutter Mane... Because it really comes down to whether you want Flutter Mane to have the massive speed edge over everything, or whether you want just Flutter Mane to blast everything into oblivion. Because photosynthesis, when activated for speed, it'll boost your speed by 50%. However, if it goes for a different stat, it boosts it by 30. So if you have speed control mechanisms, you don't even need the Flutter Mane to have the speed boost. You just go for full all-out aggressive power, and it's terrifying. Yeah, I don't play Minecraft, so I completely dodge that. I've heard great things about Minecraft, but I just do not have the creative mentality to play Minecraft to its fullest. How did I run into that Fletchinder? How? That is, I was nowhere near that Fletchinder when I ran into you. I'm calling shenanigans. Yeah, I just lack the creative brain cell to be able to play Minecraft. So I can appreciate it for what it is, even if I cannot play it myself. I cannot appreciate playing it, I guess, is a better way of phrasing it. Wow. So, okay, let's think. So, we've done... Hello there, Mudkip. So, let's see, 100... Let me just do some quick math, actually, for something, because I want to see how many eggs I've hatched for HISUI and GROWLITHE. I know about how many I've hatched. So... I had up to here filled, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 30 is 240. Add that on to the 120 we already hatched. Okay, so we still are not at odds yet. We're still pretty under odds for our GROWLIThe hunt. Hello there, Mudkip. How are you doing today? How is the Lemon Destroyer of Worlds Mudkip doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Hello there, Anakin. How are you doing? Do you have... No, get away from me. Get away from me, Vigoroth. I don't want to deal with you. Hello, Cat Dragon. Actually, no, we'll set up a picnic for the sandwich after this, because sandwich power is actually out. If you do sandwich power, it actually speeds up egg hatching a little bit. Which is, for me, just very good, because it means I can hatch my eggs a little bit quicker. Which, for, you know, the sheer number of eggs we're hatching is good. But yeah, I'm hoping. Didn't go to school today, because woke up feeling sick. Doing good, waiting for daylight in my time so I can evolve the Riolu. Right, yeah, Riolu needs to have daytime in order to evolve. I never understood why they thought that was a good idea to tie certain evolutions to times of the day. Hey, Sneaky Fox, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat, Sneaky Fox. It was a great deal. And again, guys, there we go. I love that the font forces itself to adjust after a second. I love that it forces itself to adjust. It's so amusing. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. So I've been doing shrines. Interesting. How many shrines have you done so far, Mudkip? How many shrines have you done in total? Because I look forward to seeing them completed for you. I know there's a lot of them. Okay. So you're pretty close. You're closing in on the end. You're closing in on the end. Now I can go set up our another thing of sandwich so that way we can start hatching our eggs a little bit quicker. Yes, we still have room here. We have room here. Delightful. Hello there, Omar. How are you doing? I have all the sky shrines done. Very nice. So have you found all of the light roots then? So are you doing like all the light roots then you're gonna do the shrines, or are you doing like all the shrines on the light roots? And how are you doing on Korok completion? How's how's your Korok completion going? Because I think that'll be fun. I've got all the... Okay, all the letters are out. Okay. You could probably help Hero play, because I'm pretty sure Hero is missing, like, 3 light roots, or maybe 2. We found one, so he's probably only missing 2 at this point. 22 Koroks. Oh, Mudkip. You gotta get those rookie numbers up. You gotta get those rookie numbers up. I'm like over like 100 of them. I'm doing well, Earth. I'm doing well. Probably because they are NPCs that are necessary for functions. You can't fuse them to swords. But yeah, tonight's goal is going to be Korok hunting for stuff and things. And then it's also going to be, like, more boss fights. By the end of tonight, I want to have at least fought every single Talus. Because I want to go around and just, like, destroy all the Taluses over and over and over again. So I can just continuously grind Talus for materials. Because I want diamonds. So, I mentioned this yesterday when we were hunting Taluses. And I thought that rare Taluses guarantee a diamond drop. They do not. They have a very high chance to drop diamonds, but they do not guarantee a diamond drop. So I would say it's something in the ballpark of like maybe like 70-80% chance to drop a diamond. But considering I have experimented with at least 7 Taluses and all but one have dropped a diamond, I'd say with rare Taluses, I'd say that's pretty good odds. It's fairly good odds. Yeah, so I want to hunt all the Taluses by the end of today, and then I want to start working getting like the Forest Dweller gear. But I believe I have also found a guaranteed Royal Broadsword respawn point mudkip. And I'm going to be experimenting with that later tonight. Because again, we are going to be doing another Tears of the Kingdom stream tonight. But we're going to be experimenting with that a little bit. And just seeing how it's going. Ah, what is your dinner? Earth, what is the dinner? What is your for dinner? I am curious. I am highly curious. Because dinner is good. Food is delightful. We enjoy food here. Yeah, it is interesting to note. Ah, sandwich. But yeah, Mudkip, this was a bit of an interesting thing. I was just, like, browsing Reddit, because I enjoy Reddit memes. And I'm also part of the Zelda, Reddit. And the main post was like, oh yeah, who here doesn't like the Sage powers? Who here doesn't like the Sage... Is it just me or the Sage powers kind of suck? And the entire thing is just, yeah, the Sage powers kind of suck. I can send you, like, the vague approximate area of it. I believe it's around here. The area could be slightly off. But it's within, like, that circle. There. I've gone there and I've gotten... both times I've gone there, I got a Royal Broadsword out of it. So, it could just be I got stupid lucky, but it could be it's a dedicated respawn point. Which I would not be surprised at either option. But yeah, it's a plan. It's right by that Colgera arena, which is good because I enjoy going and fighting Colgera because it's I like the Colgera fights. I was a little surprised that the Colgera Jaw is not acting like a freeze weapon. Yeah, because I was expecting that the Colgera Jaw would act as, like, in, like, sort of, like, the same capacity as, like, not like an Isla's Alpha's Horn, where, it has, like, the frosty effect come out of it, but that it would act as though like, it would act like a cold weapon. So, like, it would one-shot fire enemies. I don't think it one-shots them. They finally fixed everything. I did not. I did not, actually. I actually did not hear about that, because pretty much it's been mass releasing the HISUI and GROWLIThe, and then breeding for more eggs. So it's been a bit of an interchange with that. But yeah, just go looking around there. If you find it, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. But yeah, I got a plan. I mean, also, we're going to look for the Forest Dweller gear today, because the Forest Dweller stuff is kind of strong. Because I believe it is every material, other than I believe 2 of them, the Gibdo Bone and the Ancient Arrowhead, those all get refreshed every time he hits them with it. It's insane. It's kind of insane, and I love it. I mean, I haven't got it yet, but I've like been reading up on like how it works and like holy crap, that's amazing. The other part is that the Forest Dweller bow is a triple shot bow that is made of wood that is not needing a diamond to make. So you can get them easily every blood moon. Instead of, oh, get a falcon bow, get a diamond and like 5 other materials, and then we'll make the Great Eagle bow. It's like, okay, it has quick shot and it's triple shot, but it still takes a diamond. I wouldn't call that worth it. When I can just get Korok Forest Dweller bows en masse whenever I freaking want. I'm at the shrine that is in the cold area. There's a lot of cold areas. There's a lot of cold areas. Oh, you mean on the Great Sky Island? You're right. You're still in Tutorial. It's not just the kingdom. No. Yeah. The funny thing is, Midnight, we just explained that. We just explained that. Yeah, Kogera doesn't want to get into the fight. I still think Kogera's like probably my favorite boss fight in that game. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of an experiment today, Midnight. We're doing an early Pokemon stream, Shiny Hunt. And then later in the day, we're going to go and do the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. So it's a little experimental, but we're going to try and see if we can get it to work. You know, it's a little experimenting. And we'll see how it goes. We will see how it works and whether or not it does. Okay, so yes, oh, yeah, right. You're on the starting island. You're right at the beginning of the game. Yeah. And again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like if you haven't done so already. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some stuff later tonight, and we are gonna be looking for some Korok stuff tonight. So we're gonna look for the Korok weapons, and we're gonna be looking for the Korok seeds because I want to expand my inventory. Because if I can find reliable ways of getting more and more of those like pristine, like Gerudo scimitars, and other stuff like that, then I'm gonna be just hoarding and stockpiling them. Bows, I don't think I need bows as much. Cause like bows are good, but I can always like fuse stuff on them on like bows. Yeah, gonna lurk. Okay. Enjoy the lurks. Enjoy the little bit of lurk. Lurky turkey. Yeah, Blurb, just don't forget about Ascend, like I do. Yeah, I've been using Ascension more. Told you didn't want to do Colgaria. Yeah. I still love the Colgera fight. Like, Colgera very much feels like it is meant to be your first boss fight of the game. Because everything is set damage. And the other bosses feel like their health bars change depending on how many sages you've done so far. So I feel like they designed Colgera to be first, but I feel like ultimately that would mean that speedrunning the game, like speedrunning, you know, the main quest of the game, actually is you do that fight last, because you only need like 8 arrows in order to speedrun it. You just skydive straight down, break the first thing, it goes into animation, bop bop, with just flaming arrows. I love that fight. I feel like if speedrunning the game, then Riju would be the first sage you want to go for. I could see either Ghost Yunobo or Ghost Riju would be the first ones to go for, like for speedrunning, like speed-wise. Because on the one hand, Gibdo Queen sucks an egg. I hate that fight. But I honestly like it more now in hindsight. Whereas, you know, it's a bit of an annoying fight, but you want to get rid of that quickly, because the way the Gibdos work. But then you can use Riju to clown on the other bosses. Aside from Colgera, but you can't use those on the Colgera fight. It would be interesting to see what the speedrunning of the main quest pathway is for Tears of the Kingdom in the order in which you want to go. Well, yeah, I'm talking about, like, completing the main quest speedrun. You know, I did say, like, completing, like, the main quests, so to speak, you know. Not the any percent speedrun, because any percent speedrun is just go fight Ganon in your underwear. You know, like you do in Breath of the Wild. But I'm talking about, like, the beating the side quests, well, not beating the side quests, beating the main quests and temples, and then going to fight Ganon. I believe we do, Thunderous. I do not remember if the exact name of it is, but I do believe we do. I think it's called, like, Art something. But yes, Thunderous, we do. We should have a, hello there, Sky. Welcome, Anne. Welcome, Anne. Hope you're doing well, Sky. One of the 3 areas of Tears of the Kingdom. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Hope you're doing very well. Really just hoping the next reroll of the Porto Murinata auction house actually gives me the Epicorn balls, because I want more of those. I want the rare Pokeballs, because they are literally priceless. I will have to go check after stream, Thunderous. I'll need to go check after stream. No, you're not shiny, Meowth. Yeah, no, you're not shiny. Yeah, Meowth is going to be a Masuda hunt. I don't trust myself to spot shiny Meowth. For those who don't know, we are going for a shiny Living Dex. And I'm going to need to hunt that thing. Because I don't have Let's Go Pikachu. I don't have Let's Go Eevee. Because in Let's Go Pikachu, you cannot find Ekans, the Ekans family, the Coughing family, or Meowth. Because you know the Team Rocket Pokemon. Normal Growlithe. I prefer normal Growlithe. Because, like, HISUI and Growlithe is cute. But there is something so simple. Less is more, I guess, is, like, my philosophy when it comes to some Pokemon designs, where it's, like, he's just like a stripy doggo. It is happy, adorable, stripy doggo. Though I do like the fur over the eyes. Yeah, we don't really show, like, fan art and stuff in the stream, Thunderous. It's kind of a bit of a policy I have. Like, sort of like an unwritten sort of policy thing. I don't know, it's one of those things where it feels a bit weird to do that. But yeah, I like them. I vastly prefer regular Arcanine over HISUI and Arcanine, design-wise. I think just HISUI and Arcanine has just a bit too much going on design-wise. Whereas regular Arcanine is just like, it's simple, it's clean, it is elegant. Yeah, there's a few Pokemon that, like, they have that less is more philosophy for me. It's one of those I actually really, really like Typhlosion as a starter. Like, I like the starters like Rillaboom, love Serperior, love Sceptile, love Infernape. But there's something about just, like, the very simplistic look of Typhlosion that just, like, really, really appeals to me. Now I find the Raw Broadsword there. It could be somewhere to the left of it. It could be in a bit of a different spot. So I'll need to go check that. I'll need to go check the exact location. I think it's right there, but I'll have to go check. Hey, Ember! How you doing? How is Ember? Yeah, a little bit of shiny hunting before we do Tears of the Kingdom later tonight. If we do end up getting the well, not even if we end up getting why do we see the legend shinies? Sky, the shinies of the pseudo legendaries from Generation 5 and prior, so basically Hydreigon and earlier, those shinies were actually determined by a color palette algorithm. They were not intentionally designed. Going Generation 6 onwards, so the Goodra family, Komodo family, Dragapult family, and Baxcalibur family, those were designed. Those shinies were designed. Hello, extra spicy. So when it came to the color palette thing, it's actually not surprising. A lot of the shinies for them weren't that great. Because the way the color palette algorithm worked was, if shiny, color value +1. So it just goes to whatever the next color in sequence is. That's why so many blue shinies, you know, from Generation 3, just become like pink. Because, say, the color of blue is like in sequence, color number 1. Color number 2 is just that shade of pink. So it just replaces all the blue with pink. And that's basically how shinies worked from Generation 5, well, Generation 5 and earlier. Whereas after, they were intentionally designed by the creators, which I preferred when it was just an algorithm. I vastly preferred it when it was an algorithm. Why do some of them... That's actually the reason why Anakin is just that color after is slightly different. But that's why Zapdos barely changes. It's because, say, Zapdos' like, shade of yellow is color number 17. And then color number 18 is just like that slightly darker shade of yellow. It will replace color 17 with color 18. So it just subs out the lighter yellow for the slightly darker yellow. That's why, you know, Mewtwo, its tail goes from like that pink-purple to that, you know, bright green. Because just the color that comes after that shade of purple is that very bright lime green. It was very, very weird. I think I found this by the robots. Interesting. Maybe you registered that one before you broke a Royal Broadsword then? I'll have to go check, but I got 2 in a row there. So I will need to experiment with that. Came back from work today, get to my desk, get a pile of snacks. So after one. Yeah, I don't know why they sometimes pick one that barely changed. Yeah, I know my explanation's a little bad for the shiny thing. I know my explanation for it is a little bad, but it's a very difficult thing to explain without kind of an in-depth technical understanding of how the colors were coded. But yeah, basically the best way to describe it simply is Gen 5 and earlier, the colors were just an algorithm decided. No one designed them. Generation 6 onwards, they were designed. Some of the times I feel like the devs will intentionally give Pokemon bad shinies to kind of not necessarily hide that they're designing them, but to deliberately prevent it from being, oh, we're just gonna make every shiny better than the base color scheme. So they have to make some shinies that do look worse because, you know, it's a bit less, why did you just not make the regular this color scheme then? So it seems a little bit like them, like, preemptively going on the defensive with certain things, so. Because if you'll notice, a lot of the popular, like, the big popular Pokemon from each generation generally have, you know, one of the best shinies. Kind of an outlier of this is, you know, look at Armorage and Cerulege. They don't really change. Their eyes are basically just what changes. But some of the others, like, you know, past Paradoxes, those shinies go hard. Miraidon, Koraidon, those shinies go hard. Walk and Wake, those shinies go hard. Well, I mean, I guess, like, you know, Paradoxes tend to go hard in general. Favorite shiny Pokemon is either that turn to black or blue or pink. Doesn't surprise me, Omar. Doesn't surprise me. You love Dratini and Dragonair. You love the Cotton Candy Noodle Dragon. We do love our Noodle Dragon as well. We love the Blue Spaghetti Dragon that turns into pink cotton candy. That was a fun hunt. Yeah, palette swap. Got confused because my mind only means color or color. Yeah, no. Yeah, palette swap is just color change exchange, color scheme exchange. Yeah, palette swap is gaming-wise a bit of a different thing, but yeah, that understandable mindset. The Blue Spaghetti Dragon is what I call Dratini. I call Dratini and Dragonair Blue Spaghetti, also to a degree called Gyarados Blue Spaghetti. However, I call Shiny Dratini and Shiny Dragonair the Cotton Candy Noodle. Because its pink is very cotton candy. It's very cotton candy. Also, guys, again, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, if you guys need a HISUI and GROWLIThe, please speak up. Because these are going for giveaways. I do not need this many GROWLITHE. I don't really have a name for Shiny Dragonite because it's a very different color scheme. Because its normal color scheme is like that pale yellow, and then the shiny is like that dark green. Well, not like dark, but like that's that green color. Doesn't really fit like a name. RG. I really don't. I already have a shiny Hisui. Nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, these are just like regular Hisui and Arcanine, well, regular Hisui and GROWLIThe I'll be trading, not the shinies. I don't have any shinies yet. Who's never saying hi to me? Sorry. Yeah, we tend to sometimes miss them. Ah, so so you're going back to the Temple of Time then, Blorb. So you've gotten the final ability. You've gotten time reversal. I still say it was a massive missed opportunity in Tears of the Kingdom to not give Matt Mercer Ganon the Stasis Rune from Breath of the Wild. Because it's Matt Mercer. He, aka Jotaro Kujo, aka the guy that has Star Platinum the world. The thing that stops time. Like, it was a missed opportunity. They should have done it. They should have done, he just stops time and then just like this combo attacks on you. Like that would have been great. Yeah, Stasis was probably the rune I least utilized in my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild because I thought it was just only useful for puzzle solving. I didn't realize after you upgraded it, you could use it to time stop enemies and then just get cheap headshots. Like every time I would get an outbreak, the first shiny was shiny Hisui and GROWLIThe whenever. Really? Interesting. That is fascinating. Weird, I never shiny hunted Hisui and GROWLIThe back in Legends. Yeah, that, I still need to put together when I'm gonna be doing my... So... Okay. So, question about Legends for people who have done this. If I get Arceus in Legends Arceus, I complete the Pokedex, I finish the Dex, I get the Shiny Charm, and I do all of that, and I can Shiny Hunt Arceus in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. If I restart my Legends Arceus, will that wipe the Arceus save data that allows me to catch Arceus in BDSP? Or will I need to, like, hypothetically Shiny Hunt Arceus in BDSP, then restart Legends? Because it would suck to go through the whole process of 100%ing Legends Arceus, getting the Arceus encounter, and then just restarting to get so I can get my 0 speed Enamorous, and then the game is just, nope, you gotta get it again. You gotta do it all over again. That would suck. Favorite blue shiny of all time is Tyrantrum. Yeah. Love Tyrantrum shiny. Great shiny. You have to ask someone who has done it because you have to say follow Arceus. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, and I'm almost debating, well, I probably should just hunt Arceus before that. I haven't done it, but I doubt it would. I mean, you don't know. My relationship with Legends is not a good one, so, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Legends wants to screw me over in one last act of retribution by doing that to me, to make me have to 100% it again. So I will need to do some experimenting with that. I don't know if it would, like, boot me out of the game. Like, I don't know if it, like, would boot me out of the Hall of Origin in that case. Which is why I need to, like, do a little bit of testing with that. Shiny Chi-Yu. Shiny Chi-Yu's great. I look forward to when they release Chi-Yu as part of a competitive battle incentive thing. I look forward to that. But yeah, Chi-Yu is also the second most used Pokemon for VGC right now. Second most used. Second only to Fluttermane. second only to the terror that is Fluttermane. Hunt's going okay, Christopher. We're still under odds for our shiny HISUI and Growlithe hunt, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I didn't realize Fluttermane actually got... I didn't realize Fluttermane actually got Thunderbolt. So yeah, Fluttermane's moves, the ones it runs. Shadow Ball, 91% of the time. Dazzling Gleam, 85% of the time. Moon Blast, 70% of the time. Protect, 55% of the time. Thunderbolt is an even 30.5%. Really, 20% are running Substitute. Power Gem, Mystical Fire is only 7. Interesting. Wait, Fluttermane gets Icy Wind? I guess Speed Control Fluttermane kind of makes sense. I guess you could see that. Students, please help. Oh no. Mystical Fire is not very common on it. Thank you very much, Alex. Alex Matrizian. Welcome in. Are you new here? Thank you very much for popping in. Yeah, do you not know, like, are you questioning what the Mystical Fire usage percentage is, extra spicy, or are you, like, wondering what Mystical Fire is? Yeah. Because, not sure. Not sure which, question that goes for. Hey, thank you very much for that subscribe, Alex. And yes, I am a fan of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's why I have the Elma dance as the sub notification. It's so happy. Like, I love the dance. I'm, like 2 years ago, my friend sent me just, like, a link to the Dragon Maid Reddit where it's like, oh yes, I'll make transparent of all the outro dance gifs. Like, yes. I was like, I am putting that one as my sub notification because it is adorable. I love things like Godzilla, Halo, Alien, Predator, Terminator. Like, I love all these, like, things, you know, heavy metal music. It's like, yeah, no. But also, I'm a sucker for cute and adorable stuff. So it's like the dichotomy of the Metamaxis. You know, screaming metal death machines. And then adorable dragon thingies. I love it. It's just like, it's the dichotomy of me. One half is adorableness, one half is just absolute metal apocalyptic dragon monsters of doom. Ooh, best cosplay Pikachu form. I mean, I'm a little biased in saying this, Anakin. But I'd probably say, like, Metalhead or Punk. I forget the actual name of it, but it's like the Metalhead Pikachu, like the biker Pikachu one, because it gets Meteor Mash. It's like, I'm a little biased towards it because I love, you know me, I love my Meteor Mash. But realistically, what are the moves again? I know, so Icicle Crash, Draining Kiss, Electric Terrain, Meteor Mash, Electric Terrain, Icicle Crash, Draining Kiss, and there's a fifth one, Flying Press. That's the last one. Flying Press is the fifth one. I would probably say like maybe like not even. I mean, actually, Icicle Crash probably would be the best one because like it gives away just destroying ground type. Because I'm fairly certain Light Ball still affects cosplay Pikachu. Yeah, I can send you one. Finally did it because of the character Scarlet. Very nice. Send me a picture of that, Omar. Send me a picture of that. But yeah, I can send you a Growlithe. I'm happy to send that. I don't think I'd say we're at work yet, but summer, go away. Do you work in a school or something? Is it a summer school thing? But yeah, I can send you a Growlithe. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm actually like not releasing them instantly, is so like I can give them out to people who need them. Hey! Great Tusk stuff. Great Tusk stuff and things. I love it. Yeah, I love the future paradoxes, but like, there's something spicy about those past ones. I just love them. Like, I love the design and the aesthetics of the future paradoxes, but like battle-wise, I vastly prefer the past paradoxes. I mean, my favorite Pokemon from the entire game is Moongorar. So like, it's hard to compete with Moongorar. Yeah, happy to help, Alex. Happy to help. Yeah, university in the broadcasting area. Apparently, media summer course happening. The kiddos are here, and I hate it. Introvert real hard. Yikes. Clues though. No thanks to most people. Those would be the internet. I think. Well, what happened? What happened? What happened to your Switch? The Bast RNG. Honestly, that's a perpetual worry I have with my Switch because this Switch is old, as in like. Release day Switch because my friend actually gave it to me, and this is the most unsettling thing for me is I can hear the fan of my Switch go when I play it too long, and I am always worried that it's like it's gonna give out, something's gonna happen, or that like dust is gonna get sucked into the fan and just like cause it like just explode. It is a constant, perpetual worry, and it's one of the reasons why I am... Are you Flash Row? Is this... Are you Flash Row? Yeah, I just need the summer to get away from the kiddos. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. Thank you for the Charmander. We still gotta get back to shiny hunting Charmander. We still have to get back to shiny hunting that thing. Like, I have a shiny Charizard back in my Shield version, but it's not on a luxury ball, and that bothers me because I want my shiny luxury. Like, technically, Charizard is a completed shiny living dex entry for me. But it's got a little asterisk next to it because it's in an Ultra Ball, not a Luxury Ball. And I want it in a Luxury Ball. But because I already have one, I will do the breeding for the third one off stream. Like with the breeding the fourth shiny Trick Room shiny Skeletors, because we already showed that we got the 3 shiny Go fam. I only hatched a shiny Charmander back in November. Nice! And the second Hisuian pupper for you. Will someone tell me to heat up my lunch and eat it because I'm doing the ADHD thing where I don't get up to... Oh my gosh! I am so glad I'm not the only one that has that happen to them, Ember. Thank you for letting me know I'm not the only one that forgets to eat sometimes. That was weird. Should we go back and try that again, Alex? That was weird. Crispy. Ember, heat up your stuff. Well, when do you want us to remind you, Ember? When do you want us to remind? That was weird. That was weird that it just like booted us out. Technology, am I right? Nintendo, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'll send you a female one in case you want that. So you have a male one and a female one to easily pass down the Pokeball. Because I'm a big like stickler for Pokeball styling. So it's like if possible I want to help other people be able to style the Pokeballs. That's the reason why I didn't want the Strange Ball or like the Mystery Ball or whatever it's called in this game. Whenever you import a Pokemon from Legends, it will default into like the Mystery Ball or the Strange Ball, and it looks cool, but I vastly prefer the Luxury Ball. Always happy to help, Alex. Your friend. Yeah. Make sure to let that friend know what we do here, and always happy to help a friend in need. Because I know how annoying it is to complete the dex entries in order to complete the dex and also to get stuff to shiny hunt, so I'm always happy to help make it a little bit easier for people. Always happy to help people make it easier. It's one of the reasons why when we first had the game, I would catch a bunch of extra paradoxes to trade to people. If I do that to Lamau. Yeah, I forget to get up to eat sometimes. It's one of the reasons why I stopped streaming at, like, noon. Or, like, before noon where I am. Because I would always forget to go get lunch after I finished streaming. So it's like, okay, I need to shift it to be after 12 so I can just eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just eat something. So that way I don't, like, not realize, oh yeah, I didn't eat until dinner today. It's frequent that happens. Okay. I'll be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger line. Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. God, that line. That is an iconic line. That is it's a good set for Diancie. Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Psychic, Body Press, Assault Battles. I've never used Diancie, so I can't really comment, because Diancie is banned in VGC, so I have no experience with it. Diancie is very heavily defensive, right? I know the Mega was, like, Glass Cannon aggressive, but I think, like, the base form is, like, 100 in both offenses, like, 150 in both defenses, I think. I feel Body Press on it would actually be, like, really, really good. I feel it might be... I've done random bats on Showdown. Use it for some other formats. Yeah, I don't really know, because I've never used a Diancie. The most experience I can say I've had with a Diancie was, I think, in one of the randomizer sleep locks we did, I encountered one. And it was like I was fighting against it. But yeah, I don't really know what Diancie would spec. How do I get it before? So, you need to go back to the, like, the place you woke up. And then you need to use... I believe you need to use... Recall, and you need to use Ascension to reach it. If you're having trouble with that, Blorb, I would recommend go watching the first part of our Tears of the Kingdom streams, because we did that. I think it's like three or so hours in is when we got there. Maybe less. But yeah, I recommend you probably go consult that, because it's a little tricky. It's a little bit wonky to how you get there, but it's one that, like, it makes sense. When after the fact, when you realize, oh, that's how you do it, then it makes sense. It's a bit wonky. But yeah, you need to use Ascension or need to use Recall to get there. Stop being so relatable. No, all relatability. All relatability at all hours. Yeah, I'm getting up to do now, right now. Doing it. You getting the food. Heat up the food. Heat up the food. Always heat up the food. It's just a relatability moment. Sorry. Never apologize. Amoonguss is... No, Amoonguss is a wall. Amoonguss is a tank wall thing that just sits there, disrupts things, and really doesn't do direct damage on its own. The most damage that Amoonguss is going to do is actually Foul Play, but that's because Foul Play rebounds your opposing attacking stat into itself. You're primarily using Amoonguss as, like, Rage Powder Spore support. Oh, no, it uses both. Like, I've seen Amoonguss that use, like, Stomping Tantrum to deal with stuff like Heat Ran, Foul Play. Generally, they, like, always have Sludge Bomb on there as, like, an attacking move. But generally, it's a fairly mix and match set. There's a lot of stuff you can do with its kit. Yes, that is glorious, Omar. That is absolutely diabolically glorious. I love it. I'm doing very well, SCP Lady. How is SCP Lady doing? Hopefully, SCP Lady is doing very, very well today. Blorb. Yeah, Clear Smog. Well, Clear Smog isn't really a move you use for damage. You use that to get rid of stat boosts. You're using that primarily as a means of if you have a boosting ally and you want to destroy Tatsugiri. So it's a bit of a niche thing, but it is used. Yeah, there's so many things that Amoonguss gets. It's what the hell was that? I was thinking at the door. That's weird. It was nothing. Evan's good. Let's control it. But yeah, Amoonguss has a very, very mix and match moveset. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. And it's almost a Pokemon where I would say you really can't go wrong. Because it just gets so much that you can't really cram everything into it. Alright, okay. Move for the Amoonguss are Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Toxic, Attack. I think you might want Rage Powder and Spore on there. Yeah, I think you might want Spore over Toxic. Is this for doubles or singles, I guess I should say. In doubles, Toxic is not very good. The main reason you want Spore is for putting stuff to sleep. Okay. Oh, okay, singles. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense then. That card. Does Moose get Leech Seed? Because I feel like you might want some self-sustain that isn't damage-wise, because Giga Drain doesn't really do much damage. You're better off most likely using something like Leech Seed to deal some residual damage. Really? Does it get Leech Seed? I could have sworn it did, unless I'm like... Really? Did it... Unless I'm thinking of Ferrothorn, where I know Ferrothorn got Leech Seed. Okay, interesting. Is yours Regenerator, or is yours Regenerator or Effect Spore? I guess is a good way of questioning next, because I think that could be a good one right there. I think that actually makes a lot more sense. Okay, Regenerate, yeah. Yeah, I'm almost wondering if at that point you don't need a healing move. Because that way you're just bopping in and out with Regenerator, Degenerator. Oh, but honestly could work. I'm not a singles battle guy, so it could be better or worse than I am thinking it is. Because I just don't have like the single battle mentality. I'm VGC guy. And even then, like, VGC, haven't been VGC playing as much lately because of my addiction to Tears of the Kingdom. My chronic addiction to fighting monsters is red card good or red to be. You'd probably want, like, leftovers more than anything on there, like a black sludge, not red card. Because red card forces them out. You know, you'd be better off having black sludge as your health item. Because that gives you a lot more sustain and a lot more healing. Because Amoonguss's best thing is just being bulky and annoying. Hello there, City. How you doing? Hunt's going okay. We are mostly just vibing. Oh, we have to actually set up a new sandwich. Hunt's going very well, but how are you doing? Black Sludge would be nice. Yeah, Black Sludge is a great item to have on Amoonguss. I believe it is, like, the standard for most singles Amoonguss, because that way you can have leftovers on something else. Just remember, Best RNG, Amoonguss came out before that game did. Yeah, it is a little annoying to spell, but it's one that I kind of remember after time. I only remember how to spell its name because it's been so annoying. I would always misspell it. I forced myself to learn to spell it correctly. Glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing very well. I was not aware it was a competition ruse. Ooh! Ooh, I mean, is your chronic addiction roost to hunting Altaria? So how's the Altaria hunt going? Hey, you got to the shrine. Very nice. Get the final shrine. Yeah, you're gonna love when you get to the mainland of Hyrule again. You're gonna love that. You are going to love that. Autocorrect makes it exactly. Actually, no. You're playing mobile. Really? What got you mobile games? I'm curious, Roost. Do people call Barrack Pokemon? Its name is Brute Bonnet. However, my friends at the Penn State Pokemon Club call, well, it could be other people outside of it, but like I heard about this from the Penn State Pokemon Society. We call it Ooga Boogus. Because it's dark type Amoonguss, so we call it Ooga Boogus. Or Oonga Boongus. I forget which one it actually is. I love that name. It's like, that's silly. It's a silly name. It's immune to Spore, and it's immune to Prankster. Like, I do like that Brute Bonnet does legitimately have a significant niche, even though Amoonguss still exists. Like, they're both similar, but very, very different. They have, like, a few similar traits, but they also do badly. Like, you can run an offensive Ooga Boogus, but it's also immune to Prankster. It is a bit of a very different typing. Hisuian Arcanine, Hisuian Avalugg, Garganacl, Glimmorak, Kleavor, I was gonna say Kleavor. I was going to say, hands down, I think it's gonna be Kleavor. Specifically because Kleavor's Stone Axe has the same effective power as Stone Edge. But yeah, okay, so side tangent on how much I love, hate, and fear Kleavor. So, Kleavor's signature move is Stone Axe, a 65 base power rock type move with a high critical hit chance that will always set Stealth Rocks upon successful usage. It is also boosted by its ability Sharpness, boosting its power to just a hair under 100 base power. Keep in mind, there's already a rock type move that exists that has 100 base power, that has a high critical hit chance. It is called Stone Edge, or for those of us in the competitive community, Stone Miss, because it has an 80% chance to hit. Stone Axe is literally a perfectly accurate Stone Edge that will always set Stealth Rocks. It is terrifying. And it's just like, it's terror. Stone Axe doesn't have high crit. I'm pretty sure it has a high, I'm fairly certain it has a high crit chance. I could be wrong, but I remember reading something on that. Unless they changed that from Legends. Because I remember something about that. Effect, generation. Okay. Stone Axe inflicts damage at a heightened critical hit chance. Target leaves splinters 4 turns. Generation of Stone Axe up to Stealth Rock starts on the field. Okay. They removed that effect. Okay. That's... Wait, really? I thought it was 100. Did they nerf it then? And, okay, so they did... They must have nerfed it then. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, even still, 90 accuracy. 100 base power. That's still a significant improvement. Yeah, it used to have a high critical hit chance. They removed that, which is good. Like, they removed that, which I would say is a good thing. Be a 90% chance. I still think that it might be better to just go straight wide lens on it rather than go scope lens. Speaking of, I need to get back to one of those mobile games. The Menace decided. Yeah, it is terrifying. Because, like, at the very least, with other rock types, the issue other rock types have is that they don't have the most accurate of moves. You know, Rock Slide is generally seen as like the best rock type move, but it's a 75 base power move that has a 95% chance of hitting. You know, it's good, but it's very solidly on the lower end of average move power. It's actually pretty much the lowest base power move that is, like, readily used with same type attack bonus. You don't really see many 70 power attacks. The closest to other things is, like, you know, Bullet Punch on things like Scizor, but you're using Bullet Punch on Scizor for very different reasons than out-and-out force. Whereas, you know, Kleavor, you're using a base, Rock Slide's, like, not really there. But then you have Kleavor, 9% accurate, 100 base power, set Stealth Rock, that's terrifying. At the very least, very least, with a move like Stone Edge, it's high critical hit chance, but it's very inaccurate. Well, relatively inaccurate. You know, 80% chance to hit is still 80% chance to hit is still accurate, but you know, you're risking a substantial miss odds. Then you've got, you know, Stone Edge is terrifying, and like with other stealth rocks, yeah, you can shut down stealth rocks with things like Taunt, Magic Bounce, immunity to hazard, immunity to status moves. You know, there's ways around hazards, around someone setting up stealth rocks. There's no way around Stone Axe going in, slapping you with Stone Axe, and setting up stealth rocks immediately. That is terrifying. That is a horrifying thing. The only way I could realistically think of shutting down that from happening is you flinch, it turn 1 with like a water, you use like Fake Out to flinch it, and then to get around if it has running a focus set, and then hit it with a water move to take it out. But like, that's still terrifying. Yeah, Magic Bounce would shut down that. The reason I think Ceaseless Edge is less invasive than Stone Axe is gonna be is Water Dark is not as good defensively as Rock Bug, not as good offensively as Rock Bug, and the Pokemon is overall a little more frail, in conjunction with Ceaseless Edge only sets up 1 layers of spikes per usage. You need to use Ceaseless Edge 3 times to get full layers of spikes, and the Pokemon that are flying type have Levitate are all immune to spikes damage. So it takes longer to get going for less broad spectrum threat potential, whereas Stone Axe is just one and done. You can just go for Sash, Kleavor, Stone Axe slap them, Kleavor goes down, it's done its job. It needs to do nothing else. I have not used Basculegion, and I have not used Houndstone, but I don't think Last Respect's Basculegion is going to be very good. I don't think it's going to be very good. For one main reason. You need to basically mill out your entire team to allow Last Respect's Basculegion to be that powerful. So you need to basically sack off your team in order for that to happen, leaving you with like 1 Pokemon left. And the opposing team is going to know you're doing exactly that. They know exactly how you're going to be playing it. Sucker Punch Dark types, just destroy it. It's a very it's like Shuckle, in that, yeah, Shuckle can do an absurd amount of damage, but it's such a predictable play that any experienced player worth their salt will see it coming, and it is naturally checked by a lot of things that are just in general decently good for usage, so it isn't going to have as easy of a time to actually do stuff. You know, there's a TV tropes page that actually perfectly encapsulates it. Awesome, but impractical. You know, it's not a very practical Pokemon, realistically speaking. You know, one of the reasons why Smogon bans things like that is that the potential for it being good is the potential ceiling is too high for them to be comfortable with, even if it isn't practically useful. If that goes, boy gets banned or scarf. That, yeah, that's the other thing. The only way it can be threatening is if you do one of a specific number of things, and all of them are actively kneecapping. The thing is, that isn't the way Smogon does its bans. They basically go based on it could potentially be running everything simultaneously, which is one of the reasons I don't particularly like Smogon's system, that it's based more around potential for things to exist rather than the actual feasible practicalities of it. Smogon is basically run is a simulator. You know, it basically bans things based on simulations rather than as much actual practical battles. Because when they ban stuff, it is usage percentage, but it's usage percentage in a game that is a battle simulator. You know, if people would build the stuff in the actual games, the usage numbers are vastly different. It's why if you actually compare your VGC statistics from like Showdown Regulation C to VGC statistics from Switch Ranked, they're actually very different. Because when you have to go through the process of like building stuff that way, you're not gonna run like silly meme stuff that realistically kind of is like funny, but is not very practical because it's just not good. You're spending too much time on it, which is a massive flaw with the way Smogon's rules are. They're based on instantly having something ready, not needing to go out and actually prepare it. Because if you have to go out and actually prepare like a Bastard Legion with that, and then, you know, get it all ready and everything, you start using it, you're not going to find it as useful. Combos like this make me forget that Crispy is an emo rebel kiddo who trolls me constantly. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why... There's a few other reasons I don't like the way Smogon does things, but the main one is they go too heavily off pure simulations, which, I mean, I run damage sims. You know, whenever I'm preparing for battles, I will run damage calculations, I will sim, you know, potential matchups, but I never go with that sim is the end-all be-all, this is how it will go down, because there's always something that can throw you off. The opposing person can predict you, can out-predict you, they can be running something you aren't expecting, they can be running a different stat line. You can never trust purely and simple the stat calculations. It's one of the reasons why, like, yeah, Dracovish one-shotting the Toxa packs back in Sword and Shield, it was terrifying, but when you really look into what that calculation had, that was a Dracovish no one is running. People are not running Banded Dracovish. The only reason that worked is because it was a Banded Dracovish, because it was specifically going against a Pokemon it will not need the Scarf to outspeed, so they can go for even more power to get that higher calculation number. Realistically, you're running Scarf Fish. You're not running Bandits. Unless you're running doubles, in which case, in doubles, it just kind of flops. Like, it just flops hard because just all the water redirection. Hello there, Captain. How are you doing? We could be running Physical Flutter Mane. No one would run Physical Flutter Mane. Even people on Showdown would not run Physical Flutter Mane. Like, I could see people running Special Garchomp. I could see people running Special Tyranitar. There is no world that exists where Physical Flutter Mane is ever gonna exist. I'm doing well, Captain. We are just doing some shiny hunting today. We're later today in about 7.5 hours. We are going to be resuming some Tears of the Kingdom, because we are trying to 100% Tears of the Kingdom, and we're doing some shenanigans in Tears of the Kingdom. Might be a little bit earlier than that. Never played this game. Really? You've never played Scarlet Violet? Fun. During the day. Yeah, I do stuff like both day and night. I'm going... Aw, thank you, Midnight. I'm always happy to be a distraction. Game roll legend, so yeah. Yeah, we're doing 100%. We're doing true 100% run. That means hunting all the monsters, like, yo, that's finishing the Hyrule Compendium, upgrading all the armors, doing all side quests, all side adventures, doing all the stuff and things. We're going for that true 100% run because we did the true 100% run for Breath of the Wild. So we're doing the same thing again. All shrines, all light roots, all Koroks, all armor upgrades, all everything, all caves, all bubble frogs, everything. It's gonna be an undertaking. But that's the fun part. That's the fun part, is doing the undertaking for it. Because it's general shenanigans. It's basically a thing. Yeah, the main reason is, like, it's basically just, like, chill streams where you come out and just, like, have fun, just shenanigans talk, and just do stupid things across Hyrule. I love it. Yeah, I did that Breath of the Wild thing forever. Yeah, main reason Breath of the Wild took forever for me was I actually was fairly unfocused for the vast majority of it. Like, if you go and rewatch the Breath of the Wild stuff, you will notice, I would say maybe 70% of the time, we're not really even doing actual progress. I'm just kind of stumbling around fighting monsters I don't need to. But, like, whereas with Tears of the Kingdom, I'm trying to make an active effort to, like, stop the stumbling around. And, like, actually being, like, hard, dedicated, focused. It's why, despite how much more massive Tears of the Kingdom is compared to Breath of the Wild, I don't think it's gonna be, we're gonna have, you know, I don't think Tears of the Kingdom is gonna take me 100 part streams. I think it's maybe gonna take me maybe into, like, the 60s or 70s for parts, but not much more. Maybe even less. Because Breath of the Wild took 52 parts, I believe, just 100% it. And even then, that was with me, like, actively not doing stuff like that at a good pace. You know, with Tears of the Kingdom, we're doing stuff at a very solid pace. Somniac's perfect away, chronologically. Yeah, we are here. Hello, Lechonk. How are you doing? How are you doing, Lechonk? Alright, so... How many eggs have I done so far? Okay, so that's... We're getting pretty close to odds. Okay. We're fairly close to odds. I think by the end of the stream we will actually have hit odds. Because I know that I haven't been keeping track of them. I haven't been, like, keeping an active counter. I've been, like, mentally keeping track of them based on the number of boxes I've filled and number of boxes I've actually, like, gone through. So we are approximately a box and a half away from hitting over odds. 2 giveaways today, 1 for Espathra, and 1 FLI does the shine. Nice. Very, very nice. So what you're saying is you got the walking ball of ham. You got the walking ball of ham. Indeed you did, Indeed you did. It's a bokoblin. It's a bokoblin. Sort of grief. Sort of grief. We are definitely sort of winning. But how are you doing? Walking ball of... It is. I mean, that's what it is. Like, it is a walking ball of ham, Infinite Midnight. Tell me what else Lechonk is if not a walking ball of ham. I'm sorry. I like bacon. I like ham. I'm sorry. I enjoy meat. I enjoy meat foods. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the shiny is the same color as ham. The shiny is the same color as the ham in the game. Alright, just that's some food for thought, Midnight. Shiny Lechonk's colors and the ham in the game. Same color scheme. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, wait, the Route 1 normal camel. Yep. Yeah, there's always like a Route 1 normal type thing. You got Rattata, Rattata, Sentret, Zigzagoon, Bidoof, Patrat, Bunnelby, Diggersby family, Young Goose. Young Goose was Gen 7's. Wooloo and Lechonk. Prosciutto. Exactly. Prosciutto. Also, you typing out prosciutto at midnight just reminded me of the way Sly pronounced it, and the Italian in me shuddered when remembering his mispronunciation of prosciutto. That causes me physical pain to hear. That caused me physical pain. Get Blurb. You're going to find that's gonna happen frequently. Oh, they do. They do harvest Smoliv for olive oil. Cause the material you get after fights with Smoliv is Smoliv oil. That is actually something that already happens. Materials. Percadet Meshiv, Knackley, Squawkabilly, Wattrell, Palmy, Sex Up, Revive Tado, Smoliv, yeah. There is already Smoliv oil. There is already oil of Smoliv that is used. It's Smoliv Garden. Smoliv Garden, I love it. Extra spicy, delightful. Yeah. Honestly, didn't know how to pronounce it either. I literally never heard it before. Wait, you didn't? You've never heard of prosciutto? It's salty ham. How have you never heard of prosciutto? It's so good. It's so delicious. It's delightful. You need to go out and have some prosciutto midnight. What is prosciutto? It's basically salty ham. Imagine ham, but like sliced thin and salty. It is delicious. Yeah, it's really. I guess it's an Italian thing. This was ham. Ham is good. Ham is good. Yeah, I would recommend having prosciutto. I would recommend prosciutto. It's good. It's good. There is. Fido, Daddy, love you. Yeah, pretty much what happens. That makes sense. Cause its ability literally becomes well-baked body, which is immune to fire. I'm not Italian, so yeah. So eventually, yes, have prosciutto. Go have the prosciutto. It's good. It's delicious. It's salty ham. It's just salty ham is the best way of describing it. That's how my mother described it to me. It's salty ham. That's all you need to know. Ah, delightful. But yeah, I think when we finish all these eggs today, we will have hit odds. We will definitely have hit odds today. Which is okay. I want my sparkles, though. I would like my first sparkly. Because I actually already have a shiny Arcanine, but it's in my shield version, and it's not HISUI Arcanine. So, 10 shrines remain. Only one who doesn't like honey ham. I've never really heard of honey ham. Like honey roasted? I've had like honey roasted turkey. Motivation for shiny, it's a completionist thing, Cat. It's like, I like completing things. It's the same reason as why in Call of Duty, I decided to go for all the camos to get dark matter. Like, I got the camos for zombies. Might as well go for the whole 9 yards of getting like all the other camos, and then I saw dark matter. I was like, oh, dark matter's cool. But it's kind of a completionist thing where it's like, I got a bunch of shinies. I might as well go for all of them. But welcome in, Cat. Are you new here? That's a good thing. That's a bit of an interesting thing. Most of it was like, at first, like, I just like some of the shiny looks. Even if I just like to collect stuff. and then it just spiraled off into, like, more. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in. But yeah, mostly, actually, and you actually wouldn't be able to tell, actually, Cat. But initially, I actually hated shiny Pokemon. The main reason for that is I am a big competitive player. And for many, 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 many years, all I ever knew about shinies was that a number of disingenuous competitive players would just gen shiny Pokemon for competitive use. Like, they would gen, so cheat, to get, you know, perfect natures, perfect hidden abilities, perfect hidden powers on their Pokemon, and then make them shiny, just to bring them into competitions. And that was all I knew about shinies for years. And then I met a number of people who shiny hunt Pokemon legitimately, and over time I was like, oh, this seems pretty cool. And getting to know the people who genuinely like to shiny hunt, and you know, the pride in which they have, and then I was like, oh well, let me try and do the shiny hunting thing. And then it spiraled off into that. So it's a bit of a long backstory. Bit of a long and convoluted history. Yeah. It's like all I ever knew about shinies was like genning. So I just associated shinies with cheating. And then like I met the people like, yo, they actually like actively go out for it. They actually actively hunt. Shmi is still figuring out Doom. Yeah. The hardest thing about competitive is figuring out the starting parts. It's the beginning of competitive Pokemon is the hardest part. No shinies yet, Cat Dragon. No shinies yet. But if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you need a HISUI and GROWLITHE, I would be happy to send you one. Because otherwise, all of these, they're just going to get released in Pokemon Home later today. So if you need one, I would be happy to send you one. Nope. Every time I see a Deerling, I have to shiny check it. You've gotten like 10 shiny Deerlings so far, and I'm hoping I don't get more, but I'm looking forward. I get anyone. All right. I pay money for a Pretzel variant, Fido Cinnamon Roll variant. Love the shiny, but it's played with people. I've been with nice. Yeah, we actually got shiny Hisui and Zorua a few weeks ago, Cat. We got that. The first shiny Hisui and Zorua we got in 10A. It was literally 10th A is when we got it. And then the second one, we got, I think it was like 240 eggs or less. It was insane. I'm now going to leave because I feel like it. Yes! Watch Dragon Maid. Always watch Dragon Maid. It is adorable and heartwarming. It is wholesome, adorable. Nice. Yeah, I wish you good luck on that, Cat. I wish you the very best of luck on that hunt. I wish you the very best of luck. But yeah, we've had some good lucks. We've had some good luck. We've had some bad luck with hunts. I mean, Shiny Ho-Oh, we did Dynamax Adventures for that one. And we were almost 700 Dynamax Adventures, which is almost 7 times over odds on that, before we got it. That was over a year-long shiny hunt. Not a clue. Not a clue. Dang it, no shiny dog. I want my shiny golden pupper. Hello there, GROWLITHE. How are you doing? How are you doing? Sleep is good. Sleep is generally a good thing to have. Sleep is generally good. Foster. Yeah, generally if someone does that, I generally like this food. Like, if you trading hacked shinies is very easy to tell whether it's hacked or not. It is very, very, very easy to tell if it is gen or not. So like I don't think it. I'm doing good. I'm doing very well. We are just doing a little bit of streaming right now. We're gonna be doing some streaming of Tears of the Kingdom later tonight. Gonna be looking for some Koroks and getting the Korok weapons, so it should be fun. I think for a while I could probably like dial back doing shrine completion because I don't need more heart containers, and I could use more like Korok stuff, because I could use more weapon slots. Because right now, if I'm just getting more pristine inventory, but for more pristine weapons, I don't need as many stuff, but I need more inventory space for fight stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of grind for stuff things. Chunk. Patched it. Why do we put surprise trading? Where they find it? End up being there. I like what I do. What have you shiny hunted for right now? So what do you already have shinies of, Cat? What is your... I forgot to put more eggs in the thing. I'm such an idiot. What shinies do you already have, and what games are you thinking of shiny hunting in, is the real question. Because I'm generally not the best at deciding on what to shiny hunt. I kind of like a checklist that I have to help me figure out what to hunt. But, recommend, depending if you want a challenge, or you want something that's just like Masuda easy. Like, well, not Masuda easy, but like, I guess like a more casual hunt with Masuda hunting, because you just run around in circles. Or whether you want like an active hunt, so like, you know, making sandwiches or doing a counter method in a game like Diamond Pearl, BDSP, or Sword and Shield. Still gotta get my shiny Poiple hunt still being Poiple. Eventually, I'm gonna get back to shiny Poiple. I just hope. My one hope for this game's DLC, when you can get Poiple, you can shiny hunt it, and you can decide the Pokeball it is in. Because I want nothing more. I want nothing more than a Beast Ball shiny Poiple. That's all I want. That is all I freaking want. I don't care if it's full odds hunt I gotta do. I want to get that shiny Poiple in a Beast Ball. Ninja, Eevee, Cinderace, Decidueye, Toxicity, Hittering, Lucario, a lot more sword. This box is full. Okay. Have you hunted Duraludon? Have you hunted Duraludon? So I'd say, Duraludon, Togepi family. Lapras, Milotic. There's a few. But okay, understandable. That best down NG, understandable. Cereal. I had cereal for breakfast today. I had Cheerios. Cheerios is good food. Good food. Very, very delicious. Oh yeah, the weather has been finally clearing up around here. For those who don't know, we live relatively close to Canada. Well, when I say relatively close, I mean in the grand scheme of the whole stretch of the United States. And the wind is blowing the smoke from the forest fires, you know, into the state. And it's been, like, hazy everywhere, and the smoke has been, like, literally everything smells like a giant campfire right now. But the wind has finally been changing. So, because the first thing I noticed when I woke up 2 days ago, when it first started, is that it was like 9:30, and the sun was just red. It was like, you know, the box of light that came through the windows would just cast like this orange-red glow on the carpet, and it was the most unnerving thing in the world. And that's from the ash. That's like the ash and the smoke from the forest fires. Actually, the same thing happens with volcanic eruptions, where it's the little particles in the atmosphere actually like block parts of the sun, well, it block like varying light from the sun, and basically perpetually give it that like sunset glow color. And then yesterday, when, you know, we got up, it was just like this eerie yellow like haze. The sky was like this yellow haze color. And it was like the creepiest thing. Exactly, Mudkip. I will actually send you a picture it legit looks like the Blood Moon from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It legit looked like that. And it was just like the most unnerving thing. So, it's finally like clearing up, but it was like perpetual sunset colors. And like, it's pretty, because like, I love the look of the sun, I like the look of the sunset colors, but that all day is just unsettling as hell. Cause like you can't see, but like my room has my room, and like there's a window literally right next to me, and that faces the setting sun. You know, north, south, east, west. It faces the west, and when the sun gets low, the light shines into my room, and my walls are white. So when the light was coming in yesterday and the day before, the entire room just had like this ominous like orange red look to it. Like this tint of orange red over it. Just the creepiest thing. Exactly. Yep, they did, Mudkip. They did. And it was just like, that was creepy. It's terrifying. And then, of course, the yellow haze yesterday. That was, just in the sky. Because I could go, like, look down the street. Look down the street of the neighborhood. Because my neighbor's made up of 2 loops. And it goes down a good, 500 feet. And you could see the haze, like, the varying, like, layers of, like, almost like fog from, like, the smoke. You could see, like, 20 feet in front of you perfectly fine. But you go beyond that, you notice a little bit of haziness. And then you go a little beyond that, some more haziness, and then such and such and such. And it was just the creepiest thing. And it's like, I'm glad it's finally clearing up. The other thing is that the air quality also was lower. You would smell smoke. It would smell like a campfire at all times. And of course that displays a little bit of the oxygen. So I was feeling a little lightheaded, every so often. Because, again, there's less air to actually breathe in. But it was good. It's finally, like, it's going away. The wind's changing. And hopefully, like, those fires are under control now. But yeah, it was very unsettling. It was very, very unsettling. But everything is good now. Everything is going well. The wind's changing, and I am no longer at the mercy of Mother Nature. Oh, what was the shiny you got, Christopher Kidman? What was that sparkle shines? What was the sparkly you acquired? Told you what, actually? That nature is horrifying and terrifying and is literally what nightmares are made of? Because it is. Just look at Australia. Literally nature's nightmare factory. Like, one of my favorite jokes is that in, like, the Doom universe, the only place that, like, wasn't completely destroyed by the demons was Australia. I don't know if that is an actual thing in Doom, or if that is a joke that someone made up that is, like, just a running joke somewhere. But, like, yeah, I could believe that. I could believe the only place the demons wouldn't be able to invade in, Doom on Earth is Australia, because it's Australia. It's already nature's nightmare factory. Exactly. Nature's terrifying. Nature is terrifying. That's why I study rocks. The only way a rock can kill you is if it falls on you. That's why I like rocks. I mean, there are a few, like, toxic rocks, because, the chemicals in the rocks. But, like, yeah. Oh, nice, shiny roleplay. You got shiny America bird. America. Funny, I'm actually wearing one of my America shirts today. The red, white, and blue. Yeah, I generally just, like, reach into my drawer of clothes and I just pull out a shirt at random. I don't really look. Unless I'm doing, like, a discussion video, or I have, like a discussion video sort of thing, where I will generally wear, like, a thematic shirt that is topical to, the video. Like, a good example is if you go back and watch our Pokemon difficulty analysis series. in my videos I'm talking about Sun and Moon, I'm wearing my Penn State Pokemon Club shirt that has the Sun and Moon logo on it. Unova, I wore my Pikachu Zekrom hat when we did Unova, wore my Rayquaza hat when we did Generation 3. I generally try and do things like that. Do every Rufflet outbreak on the game. The funny thing is, Rufflet is the most common outbreak in the game. I believe my friend Echo said. Yeah, I did. I already said the only way that they kill you is they fall on you. That's what I said, Dead Alex. I believe my friend Echo said that Rufflet is the most common outbreak in the game. That's like every day, I think it's a 25% chance of either getting a Rufflet or Flittle outbreak. Because the weird way the game rolls outbreaks. Because the way the game does outbreaks is it will assign an outbreak to an area. And then it will try to cram a Pokemon into that area. So that's why you sometimes get, you know, unaccessible outbreak, because they're technically in the borders of that area coding-wise, but they're not actually physically accessible. Also, the game will generally try to force an outbreak near to where you are when the day rolls over. So you could be, Christopher, you could be just like always near where the Noibat spawn, and then it just forces the Noibat outbreak. It's very, very weird how the game does outbreaks. I don't like it. It doesn't roll the Pokemon, then randomly assigns it to an area. It rolls the area, then randomly assigns the Pokemon. That's why, because Flittle and Rufflet are in almost every single route, well, route in glowing air quotes, you will get Rufflet most of the time. I don't think Shiny Hunting Iron Valiant is going to be too difficult. We actually Shiny Hunted Iron Valiant as our first Paradox Pokemon. And we got it in like 6 minutes. It's very, very easy. The main reason is I'm fairly certain the spawn density of Area 0 is jacked up to insanity to compensate for, like, you can't just picnic reset. So you just go and just run around circles. Yeah, same with us. Christopher, it was the first shiny Paradox we actually hunted for, and we got it, like, super fast. Yeah. It's a very, very easy spawn hunt, because the spawn density is insane for Area 0. And I believe, like, specifically that cave is, like, also jacked up. Now, if you want an annoying hunt, if you want a hard Paradox Pokemon hunt, I challenge thee to shiny hunt Roaring Moon. There are horror stories of shiny Roaring Moon hunts. Some people have gotten shiny Roaring Moon with no phases. They've gotten it no problem. And then there's some people that have phased 23 times on Roaring Moon. It's a horrifying hunt. You're lucky you don't feel the temptation to shiny hunt Roaring Moon. We shiny hunted Roaring Moon. We had, I believe it was 7 phases. 7 or 6 phases. And almost every, and I think it's actually every single one of them we actually needed the shiny of stills. Like, we needed shiny Gabite, we needed shiny Xylest, shiny Hydreigon, we needed shiny Grievard, we needed shiny Golduck, that was one. There were 6 phases. I know there were 6 phases. I'm fairly certain it was 6 phases. I'm gonna say we didn't get Sableye. We already had Sableye. I'm gonna go back and look at that level 3 fairy sandwich. Yes, level 3 fairy sandwich. It is... I believe it is a pickle, cucumber, 3 servings of tomato, and I believe 2 sweet herba mystica. Or you can do onion, 3 servings of tomato, green bell pepper, and I believe 2 sweet herba mystica. I forget. I think that's what it is. There's a sandwich guide. There is a sandwich guide. I don't remember the exact construction method of it. I mean, you can use it, mix and match with some herba mystica. I believe there is only... I believe you can use any 2 herba mystica other than sour and sweet simultaneously to get level 3 sparkle and encounter power. I would recommend, though, looking into what the actual recipe construction guide is, because it has been a while since I have done a fairy herba mystica hunt. Because I play offline, because we don't have Wi-Fi here, so I play with the bots. Yeah. Actually, there was a recipe structure that does involve. Really? Interesting. If you want an easier way of doing herba mystica raids, recommend doing, getting Iron Hands and Azumarill. And then using those also, like, Skeletor is also really good. Skeletor is just freaking broken for Terra raids. Love it. Also, Anger Point Annihilate. Anger Point Annihilate is a funny guy for Terra raids. Anger Point Ape is a funny guy. And we are actually almost finished with all of our eggs. So yeah, so we are actually going to be finishing up relatively soon. So if you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be going on a Mechanized Maxis raid at the end of this. We always go on a raid at the end of every stream. So, for those who aren't new. So, because we always gotta send the love and support to our friends. However, some of those are, of course, necessary to modify. Give me Hack Shiny Roaring Moon. Yeah, I actively do not use Hack Shinies. I actually, like, delete hack stuff when I get them. But I understand why people, like, don't. But I'm a very, like, anti-gen person. I've had bad experience with people genning stuff competitively, which is why I have a very aggressive aversion to it. Yeah, if you're using it for just raids, I can understand that. Yeah, that I can understand. Don't necessarily agree with, but I do understand it. The funny thing about genning and stuff, the guy who created PK Hex, like the Pokemon genning software, he actually goes out of his way to expose people who use PK Hex to gen the Pokemon they use for competitive. Which I think is a bit weird, because, like, you were the one that basically gave them the tools to do that. But I guess the intention behind creating PK Hex was not for people that actually use them for competitive reasons. It was, like, maybe filling out your dex entry, or just, like, getting a Pokemon you can't get anymore that you really wanted. Though it was annoying to get, so, like, you don't play your head online, so you don't have anybody, like, to trade stuff, which I can kind of understand that, but even then, is like, you still were creating a genning software to know what it was likely going to be used for, so not sure you're completely blameless with that. But I know everyone has a bit of a sliding scale of genning and that kind of stuff. I'm very, very hard to the anti-side for reasons of bad experiences. But I can empathize with people who use it for just, like, grinding Herba Mystica and stuff. Because breeding and, like, well, I mean, you don't need to breed egg moves anymore. It's just Mirror Herb now, which is a really good change. Before, breeding stuff was a pain in the ass. Before, that was just a pain in the ass. I'm so glad that they changed breeding mechanics to egg moves now. I'm so glad they changed that. Because, Sword and Shield was a good step in the right direction, where it was, like, Sword and Shield was a good step in the right direction, because with it, you could transfer egg moves between individuals of the same species, so long as they were the same species. So, like, you could have a male Ferrothorn with, like, knockoff as an egg move, and then you could have another Ferrothorn that doesn't know knockoff. All you gotta do is go up to the kiosk, delete one move, so it has an open move slot, put the two of them in the daycare, like, walk around a little bit, come back, and then the other Ferrothorn will have learned knockoff, which that was a good step in the right direction. However, it was a bit too limited, because it still means you needed to breed a Pokemon of that in order to give the convenience. But the new change that they did with this game, absolute fantastic QOL update, which this game has so many good QOL updates. I still think that Sword and Shield added more QOL updates, but this game added more impactful QOL updates, where it's you don't need anything to know any egg moves. You just need to have a Pokemon that can learn this move, period. Slap a Mirror Herb on the recipient, free up a move slot, make a picnic, wait a little bit, and you got your egg move. I love that. That is good. You can still do it the old-fashioned way, but the new way is just much faster. It's such a convenient time saver. Because I remember when I had to give my Ferrothorn Leech Seed. This was one of my longest egg move breeding sessions I've ever had. It was to breed a 0-speed knockoff Leech Seed Ferrothorn. In total, it was about 3 hours to get it, because I needed to get a correctly gendered Leech Seed Roselia, well, member of the Roselia family. Then I needed to transfer the 0-speed IV from my male Frillish onto a female Frillish. Needed to breed that to get a male Frillish with 0 speed, to then breed with a Galarian Yamask, female Galarian Yamask, to get a Galarian Yamask with a 0 speed, to then breed onto a Ferroseed to get the 0 speed Ferroseed. Then needed to breed a knockoff Ferroseed with my Rillaboom, then breed a Leech Seed Ferroseed with the Roselia. Then get the 0-speed one, put it in the daycare, have the egg moves be taught to them, and it took 3 hours to do all of that. Because I got very unlucky with the egg hatches. And I am so happy I don't need to go through any of those hurdles again. But that was honestly the longest egg move breeding chain I've ever encountered, and I think it probably is the longest egg move breeding chain I will ever have found. Have a good day, Mr. L. Have a good day, Mr. L. But at this point, we have now surpassed odds for Shiny Hisui and Arcadogo. We are now over odds. We may have passed odds a while ago, but I wasn't actively keeping track. But I know by now, yeah, by the end of this stream, we will have passed odds. Because even though I haven't been manually keeping track of every individual egg, I have been roughly keeping track of number of boxes of eggs we've gone through already. And we have gone over 17 boxes. Nearly 900. Oh, for basket. Yikes. You're using a Masuda Ditto, Go Looper, right? You're using a Masuda Ditto. Or you have the Shiny Charm? Yeah, Masuda hunting at times can take a while. You do, okay, yeah. Do you have the Shiny Charm? Cause I mean okay. So yeah, you're basically suffering what happens with me with Froakie, because we're at over 1,700 Froakie eggs for the second shiny, and we still haven't gotten it yet. I feel that pain. Yeah, there's some, again, Shiny Grookey family. Everything was under odds. Everything was under odds to the extent that I don't even think we hit like 500 eggs, if not more. And then you get ones like this. where they just go, they get ones like Froakie, where they never sparkle, and they go super over odds. There is no consistency. That's the orangey crab is shiny. It's part of the appeal of them. Is you never know when you're gonna get it. That is a large part of the appeal. But yeah, later today we are going to be going live for some more Tears of the Kingdom. So, if you want to see some stuff of this with Tears of the Kingdom shenanigans, because we're doing a little bit of clowning around Hyrule, you're going to love it. I think you are going to love it. So let's go find someone to raid. Let's go raid. Let's go raid someone else who's doing some Pokemon stuff. I'm hoping that they don't go for a raid. They don't end off before we actually done. So thank you very much, Corrupted Div. Thank you very much, Lurks. The Lurks honestly mean the world. The Lurks legitimately mean the world. Because like those lurking watch hours, like they matter so much. You guys like really do not know how much it actually matters. Because it's like rewatching like the older. It's like rewatching like the older videos and stuff we've put out. Like those actually help feed the algorithm like far better than you'd actually think. I just got back. It is understandable. Lunch is a very good thing to have. Lunch is a very good stuff and things to have. Okay, had to get lunch. So what was the delicious lunch that you had? I'm very... Okay, interesting. Star Rod. Okay, Star Rod. I'll go check out that later. Because that I made a screw up with that with Star Rod. But yeah, what was your delicious lunch? My lunch was a cornbread muffin. Salad with some chicken. Interesting. Yeah, I had just a cornbread muffin with some butter. I enjoy cornbread muffins. Cornbread muffins are delicious. They are delightful. Yeah, things are going good. This is going very, very well. I'm gonna go head back to Porto Muranata, so that way if we get the auction before we end off, hopefully we can get something good from it. So then I forgot how to spell. What was the thing that you forgot to spell, Blur? Because I have many, many moments of just not knowing how to spell myself. So I can relate very hard with that. I can relate super hard with that. There's like strawberries, cream cheese inside of a fried crepe. Interesting. Interesting. Fascinating. Never really was a crepes guy. I was always more. Oh, okay, yeah, you're not gonna be getting Masuda Method for that then. You need to breed two things from a different region. So you need a like American Ditto and a Japanese HISUI and Zorua in order to get that for the boosted odds. Because if it's two Japanese ones, it actually cancels out. Mini corn dog, cheese stick, 2 bags of chips. Yeah, you need to be 2 different languages. Yeah, so that actually is canceling out. So it's actually, it would be just like using, say, 2 English ones. Well, 2 American ones. So yeah, you may want to switch out the Japanese Ditto for an American one, or well, whatever your native one is. Let's go raid. Let's go raid. That is the last egg we have for today. So let's go raid. Let's go raid Ian with Ian. Someone we have not raided before. So, I will see you guys next time. I'm still trying to come up with a new outro. I'm still trying to come up with a new outro. But we'll be live later tonight for some more Tears of the Kingdom shenanigans, which I know you guys are gonna love, because I am also quite fond of very much shenanigans.